So hello and welcome to the live coverage from the latest round of the United Nations climate talks here in Tianjin, China. Over the next 5 days, OneClimate, together with Tick Tick Tick, will be bringing you the latest updates, expert analysis and some of the hottest topics from the conference here. It's approaching 9 p.m. in the evening. Day one's drawing to a close. The delegates are streaming out behind the camera. So let's take a quick look at what's happened so far. The talks opened this morning with the UN Climate Chief, Christiana Figueres, adding her stamp of approval to the Great Climate Wall at the entrance to the exhibition centre. This is a wall of thousands of images of people around the world who are demanding action on climate change and this has been put up by Tick 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 and NGOs here in order to really show delegates that there's a will out there for action. She called for governments, civil society and business to work together to leave their mark on the wall of history, so a positive opening message. Inside the conference centre, the talks are underway. There's no expectation of any kind of breakthrough this week, but we are hoping for progress on several issues, including cutting emissions in forestry, technology transfer and climate finance, and these are some of the key aspects for these talks and key to building trust. There won't be a complete climate deal that comes out of this week in Tianjin, nor probably the next major conference in Cancun at the end of the year, but we are looking for some tangible progress. Christiana Figueres, UN Climate Chief, said that concrete outcome in Cancun is crucially needed to restore the faith and ability of parties to take this process forward. She's keen to prevent multilateralism from being perceived as a never-ending road, so a recognition that we really do need to see some progress and some movement here in the UN in order to maintain faith in the process. The chief Chinese negotiator, Xie Yanhua, emphasised over and over again in his press briefing that he wants these talks to be inclusive and transparent. How we ought to interpret that will perhaps become more clear during the course of this week. ALBA, the Latin American bloc here, they released a statement saying that they feel that everyone is moving forward and moving in the right direction, and somewhat predictably highlighted the US as the one country which hasn't shown much progress. For its part, the US negotiator Jonathan Pershing told adoptanegotiator.org that he hopes for a package of decisions that are pretty complete to take the final negotiations forward in Cancun. Some are suggesting that this risks repeating the kind of all-or-nothing approach that we saw in Copenhagen, and that put a real strain and actually undermine those talks. So I guess we'll see how that one plays out over the week. We've just seen the opening ceremony, and Christiana Figueres kind of re-emphasised the positive messages that we saw this morning. Perhaps I'll finish our kind of first update here from Tianjin by trying to give an idea of how impressive this venue is and a little bit of a feeling for what it's like here in China. The conference venue is absolutely massive. I think our team at OneClimate has covered several of these conferences now in Bali, Poznan and Copenhagen. The venue here is massive, and that's something that seems to be repeated throughout China. Whether it's a train station, whether it's a conference venue, it's some seriously impressive buildings here, and you can really see the development in these urban areas. Another kind of thing that we're noticing at these talks is the new energy of the civil society movement. I think after Copenhagen there was maybe a bit of a hangover. People were absolutely desperately disappointed with the lack of progress there, and it's maybe taken a couple of months for people to recover and for the civil society movement to recover. But there's a real emphasis now on getting to work on positive future, on people taking these talks forward and people demanding action from their governments. And we've seen that in the morning with Tick 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 unveiling this great climate wall, and throughout the day there's repeated messaging. Now's the time for governments to take action. There's a clear mandate from people, and this is something we need to be doing. We need to be getting to work. So there's your first news update here from Tianjin. Technology willing, we'll be with you regularly throughout the rest of this week, so stay in tune, and I'll look forward to talking to you.